On January 9th at about 4 a.m. Pacific time, the moon ingresses into Ardra Nakshatra, the constellation of the storm. This occurs in the midst of a lunar cycle begun by the new moon in Mūla, the nakshatra of uprooting deceptions. The Tarabala, or constellation potency, of Ardra, the storm, relative to Mūla, the lie uprooter, is Sādhana. Sādhana means the method of making progress. So what this means is that the storm acts as the method of progress for the lie destroyer. That's already very interesting. Now, what are the qualities of the storm constellation, Ardra? First of all, the storm nakshatra is so named as Ardra because it belongs to Rudra. Arudra. Rudra, by the way, is the male facet of Niriti, who's the goddess of Mūla. So this connection of Ardra being sadhana for Mūla is very strong. Now, the reason why Rudra is named Rudra is because Rudra cries. This is why the constellation of Rudra is often symbolized by teardrops or raindrops, because Rudra, being the howler, is the god of howling winds and hurricanes and storms like that, other destructive natural forces. So the nakshatra is associated with rain, storms, and tears, howling, wailing. This is the first thing I want to share with you, that wailing is the means of progress for the lie destroyer. And what does that mean? That means #MeToo. That means silence no more. That means you show the world your bruises. That is the practice, the technique, the sadhana for eradicating the sources of those miseries. That is the way to uproot those deceptions and lies and evil things. It's not to let them remain underground, hidden. Bring them out. How do you bring them out? Showing people how it has affected you. By showing how you've been affected, it will arouse in the observer the disdain for the perpetrator. The next thing I want to mention is the fierce nature of Ardra, the fierce nature of Rudra. Fierceness is the means of progress for the lie destroyer. There's no more turning the other cheek. Show the bruises on your cheek. Do not forgive the crime. Do not forgive the evil, for by forgiving the evil and the crime, it only affects more people. So it's not out of a hatred that you don't forgive. It's out of love that you don't forgive. Love for who? Love for the rest of the world that's going to have to suffer the same thing that you suffered if you forgive it. The third and final thing I want to talk about today with Ardra is its classic description from Taittiriya Brahmana, Mrigavayo parastat viksharo vastat. This means that Ardra wants to destroy predators. It's the hunter of the hunter. So this is the third thing I want to tell you, that the means of progress for Mūla is to make sure that the target of your fierceness is very accurate. So we have to make sure that we're not just attacking at random. We have to make sure that we're not just blurting out our anger and frustration and venting at random on random people who are often innocent people. We have to make sure that we've really clearly identified the perpetrators, the root perpetrators, the causes of the evil in the world, and focus our relentless, unforgiving energy on destroying those.